because everyone always talks about work-life balance. There's no such thing as really work-life balance. Like it is balancing your life. It's all part of your life.
Explain that a little bit more, because the TikTok people are going to go nuts when Donovan cuts that. Because I know what you mean, but explain it more in depth like a kindergartner.
Right. So, I mean, because you need to, if you're making a change in your life, if you're doing self-improvement that is going to, maybe if it's primarily work related, it does not need to be just about your job. It needs to be on every part of your life. I mean, and the comparison is to a diet. You do a diet. It's not just, oh, I'm dieting real quick, I'm just going to do this. No, it's a lifestyle change. Like people say that all the time, but it's true. If you're making a change to yourself, you need to have it apply to every aspect of your life. That's something that I've been big on focusing. I've always been terrible at organization, never really thinking it's that important, thinking that, if I just sit here and address any problem, work hard, smart, intelligent enough, I can make whatever work. That's not how life works.
You also thought you could bullshit your way out of stuff.
Pretty much.
That's the curse of the smart person, though.
But it's not. It's and you said, what'd you say the other night about organization, and I forget what you said, but anyways, it's not just being organized just about work. It's organizing every part of your life. It's like sitting down with your wife or your
Discipline
family.
Is freedom.
Yes.
That's what I said.
Yes, that's exactly what you said. And he said, if you do that, if you have the discipline to do this up front, to set plans, to have things ready ahead of time and be proactive, then you are going to set up your life to be more free. You're going to have more time. You're going to be more successful. And that's why I'm saying about work-life balance. Like it's not about that. It's about changing who you are and how you handle things. It's about self-improvement.
Right. 100%. And here's the other thing that people don't recognize, and what I kind of started recognizing, I think at a younger age than a lot of other people. I was a screw up in college. We went to college together. I didn't go to class. I failed classes. I almost got another kid kicked out of school. I had to right then learn to take personal responsibility for myself, because it's something I asked somebody else to do. They were getting in trouble. I took personal responsibility, and I got that person off the hook. And then I had to face whatever the consequences were. Every decision you make, there's a consequence to that. We're messy. We're humans. It happens.
Yeah.
And it's hard to be. I'm a human too. Even though I'm a CEO of a company, I'm a human too. I have emotion. I have frustrations. Right. I have things that are driving me crazy. I have a wife. I have a kid. I have a family. I have everything everybody else has. We're human, right? I'm held to a higher standard, though, because I'm leading a company, and I have to know that, right?
Right.
But when it comes down to it, is how bad do you want to be successful? How bad do you want to be successful? Do you want to be successful super bad? Because if you do, then you're going to do what you need to do to be successful. If that means getting to work instead of, I was showing up at 9:03, 9:05, 9:07, 9:01 one day. If that means getting there at 8:55 or 8:45, right, that means be successful. If that means, hey, I have to sacrifice a little bit right now, but I see the end, there's going to be more freedom. If that means that, hey, I have to maybe listen to a Jordan Peterson who can give me the motivation. Or maybe that means for me, what it meant was I studied the greats, the people who are the best in the world at whatever it is they're doing, the Kobe Bryants in sports, the Patrick Bet Davids, I looked at a lot of Rogan stuff, and people, oh, he's just dude, there comes a level of discipline. Jocko, from a leadership standpoint, there's a level of discipline that you have to have in order to be successful at anything, no matter what the industry is. I used to talk to our buddy Wes about this all the time. I would watch random sports or random things, or I would watch, I watch a lot of shows where they build stuff, like professional builders, and why? Because there's just something about greatness that I really enjoy, that I really want to watch, and I think that we can learn, and I want to ask that person questions, and I haven't had the chance to do that, but there's just something about greatness that is just so awesome. Oh man, Pele in soccer, or, I used to watch Venus Williams play tennis.
Right.
I don't know I couldn't keep score in tennis if you asked me, but it's there was just something there. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, the best of the best, not LeBron, but Kobe and Michael, and for all you LeBron fans. But you get what I'm saying? So how bad do you want it, right? And are you willing to work a little bit extra to make it happen? Are you willing? There's certain things you have to be willing to do. And if you are willing to do those things to be the best, it will work out. It will work out, even if it doesn't work out there. But If you blaming, you ain't changing.
Right.
Which means bye. So,
well, to your point, I do want to mention one last thing, like an example of that, because you keep bringing up all these highly successful people, what they do. A lot of them sports related. I mean, they are talented, but the talent isn't what got them where they were. That's just what got them in the door.
Patrick, right. Well, not even maybe. I don't know. Patrick Bet David, right?
Right.
He owns one of the biggest insurance companies, multi-billionaire. He's not a sports person. That's somebody I really admire. I really admired Steve Jobs. I really admired I like Dave Ramsey a lot too, because look at what he built from going bankrupt to that.
Let me get what I'm going at too. Like, I'm bringing up one example. Like, I'm from Myrtle Beach, grew up. Joe Moglia, the guy who coached Coastal Carolina, brought them to where they were.
Yes.
Coached them until like 2017, I think, when Chadwell took over, turned them into a dominant football program, was a CEO of Ameritrade for 15 years.
Right.
Very successful person in his business life, retired from that, still wanted to do something, decided, hey, I have a passion for football. I want to do that. Coached a team and was extremely successful with that, even with limited experience. I mean, he played college football, but other than that, he was never a coach. But he was extremely successful just because of who he was, because that successful personality transferred over to a completely different field.
Discipline equals freedom.
Right.
Discipline equals freedom. So what ended up happening was what? He was disciplined enough to become a CEO of Ameritrade.
Yes.
Pretty big company.
Massive company.
Then, okay, I'm going to retire multimillionaire. Go coach football for free, because that's part of the story. That's true. Go to Coastal, school with limited resources, and turn them into what it is now. Built the building blocks to turn into what it is now.
Right.
Chadwell came in, and now Chadwell's gone, and we'll see what they do.
Help them transfer to a bigger conference, build a bigger stadium. Like, he helped them with all of that
because he's disciplined.
Yeah.
And when I say discipline is freedom, it doesn't mean that you become disciplined now and all of a sudden you have more time. You have to use that discipline to keep doing what you do every single day.
Yes.
Right. So you know what I've been doing? 5 a.m. 5 a.m. I'm at the gym, or I'm doing whatever. It allowed me to have more, because I'm done early. Then I have an hour before my family wakes up, so I'm reading, because we read here.
Yes.
Like, if you want to work here, you're reading a book a month.
We do. Our sales team has a book. Every week we talk about the assigned chapters.
Yep. Assigned chapters. We talk about it. How does it apply? So on and so forth. We're going to be the Navy SEAL. But I have more time now. But that didn't come easily. I still have stuff to do. And what happens with me is when I have more time, then I start packing more stuff in. So then I have to get even more disciplined. And it's just part of the
right.
ever-revolving circle. But, I just...
Well, yeah.
You have to be disciplined, and sometimes you have to put in the extra hours to organize your life through the discipline that you're now practicing. And once you are disciplined, organize your life, and through that discipline, you start practicing it, then... after a month to 2 months to 3 months, you'll start seeing the more time. You know how hard it's going to be for me to sit there, because there's days I'm not disciplined enough. There's days I didn't make enough calls. There's days I didn't get to enough things. There's days I didn't do X, Y, and Z. It's hard to relax when you do that. It's hard to relax. You have to have a sense of accomplishment. I've talked to Donovan about this. When he got this live working, he had a sense of accomplishment. Now then he hit 100 followers on TikTok, and then there's a sense of accomplishment even with the little things, and the little things start building the big things. But that sense of accomplishment came because he got disciplined, right? I saw him sitting out here for hours working on how do I make the 810 ISO Mini Pro, whatever the hell it's called. There's a million names to it. Work. He got disciplined, and then it worked. And now he's pushing us like, we need more. And I'm pushing us. We need the printer working. The printer works now. We need to have paper here, highlight, be prepared for this show. As we've gotten more disciplined, we've been able to spit the show out faster with more clips, with more stuff, with this and with that. Right. So the discipline is going to cut down on the time it takes us just to produce this. So guess what? Now we have more time to do the other thing. The discipline helped us build the processes. So now we have more time to do this.
And payoffs grow exponentially.
Exponentially. It's the compound effect.
Yes.
Read the book if you haven't. With that being said, if you haven't done it yet, go ahead, bang that red subscribe button. to subscribe to this channel. Turn on your notifications. If you're watching on Facebook, hop over to our YouTube. Follow us on YouTube. Bang the red subscribe button. Follow us here too. Go to NBI Financial Group on Facebook, NBI Financial Group on YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, all of it. Go to NBI Financial Group. We are on all of them. Follow our channels. Turn on notifications. If you go to YouTube, subscribe, turn on your notifications. Leave a comment on what your thoughts are on this video with your Instagram handle. You have a shot to win a $100 Amazon gift card that we will be giving away on St. Paddy's Day.